live on the air. I'm Richard Saile.
This is wild.
Hello, welcome back to another episode of Lounge Time, the second of our super doubleheader of episodes. You saw Sunday's episode. Now today, we got another special guest making his first in-studio appearance. My buddy Rebal. In case you don't know, he's the Reeling Giants fan. But he came out of hibernation. He didn't flake. He made it here, though, man.
Yeah,
what's good, Rebal?
We're out here.
Good to
How
see
you
you,
doing,
buddy.
Yo,
good to
thanks
see
for
you,
having me, bro.
Yeah.
Can't wait to talk Nets,
yes.
Giants. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, this is more of a basketball topic episode because we're only down to 4 playoff teams, which we'll get into the games and who we think is going to win, represent the Super Bowl. And we'll, you're more of an NBA fan, I think, right? Or are you kind of like more football? Like, tell me about that.
Nah, I would say I'm more NBA.
Okay.
More NBA.
That's fine.
But
yeah.
It's mostly because the Giants suck. For the past before this year.
Of course.
Our last playoff appearance was what, 2012? 2016.
Yeah.
Last playoff win was 2012.
Yes, so, around there.
Yeah, so it's been hard, but this was a good rebound season.
Yes. All right. So he is a Giants fan. You just mentioned. We'll work our way with NFL first, and then we'll go to NBA. But the Giants obviously had a tough way to end the season. I heard you watched my last episode with my cousins, and we talked about Daniel Jones being the future, and I'm going to get to that as a follow-up question. But I want to start with this. Looking at everything from looking at it through a telescope, okay? Everything the Giants went through, everything the Giants had this season. How would you sum up your overall view of how they were this season, considering preseason expectations to where, unfortunately, it ended Saturday night against the Eagles?
Yeah, dude. I would say we overexceeded expectations.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't expect us to be a playoff team. I thought it was going to be like a rebuild season.
Right.
Yeah, we started this season, I think, like 6-1 or something. And then we had kind of a rough patch. I was kind of worried we weren't making the playoffs. But, we stepped it up towards the end of the year. Big primetime win in Washington. Sorry, Vinny. Yeah, dude. We overexceeded, Dayball from week 1 when he went for it versus the Titans, the 2-point conversion. That really sparked the whole year,
Yep.
And he kind of lived and died by that sword, going for it on 4th.
Yeah. We've seen coaches like John Harbaugh a couple times. I think it happened twice within the last 2 years where he went for it on Doug Peterson this year, John Harbaugh last year. I apologize. Where it's like that difference between a win and a loss in a game. And in your situation, it was the play that won you the game because they missed a field goal that would have put them ahead in week 1, but you guys won by that 2-point play alone. So that was, like you said, that sparked a whole new life in the locker room. I don't know if you saw the day after Saquon on the Manning cast, he said it brought life to the locker room. And I think that's kind of the thing you were missing in the previous couple of regimes with Pat Shurmur, Joe Judge, and Ben McAdoo.
Yeah.
Tom Coughlin, he didn't have really like that, but he had control of the, locker room.
Yeah.
Going back from the old, Strahan and the Eli Strahan-Eli era that kind of paved in right before that. But in that little regime of coaches, you didn't have that life in the locker room, and then Dayball brings it coming from Buffalo.
Yeah, so that was big, and it was a good season. I just don't think we had like all the pieces to make a real run.
Yeah.
We got to get Daniel Jones some help because he has Slayton. It's all right. I mean, he had a crucial drop versus the Vikings.
Yeah.
But we still won the game.
Right. Right.
Yeah, he's got to get some help. Defense is our line's good, but our secondaries, we need some help there.
Yeah.
But it was a good season. I do believe in Daniel Jones as our future quarterback. I don't think he's elite, but I do think he can get us to a Super Bowl with the right pieces.
Okay. First, first, you guys are projected to have, I want to say, top 5 in cap space. I think it's at least 50 million, maybe 55 to be approximate. You have obviously some nice draft capital going into the offseason. Do you have any moves that you would like the Giants to make that come to mind? I probably don't think you've studied the draft class or free agent pool yet. That's fine. I haven't either. I just know a few big names that are due for possibly a change in offseason.
Yeah, I'm not too familiar with the draft class.
That's fine.
But, I think the Bengals, they got like a nice wide receiver core. I don't know if they'll be able to keep all of them,
Right.
So I like T. Higgins, dude. I think if we can make a run at T. Higgins, I don't know what his contract is, but
I think he came in the same year with Burrow, so I think he's gonna finish year 3. Now, Higgins, Burrow, I know are eligible for extensions. Cincinnati's gonna try as hard as they can to extend both of those guys. But like you said, we'll get to that more when we get to Cincinnati, Kansas City when we break down the championship game. But I don't think they're going to trade for T. Higgins anytime soon. I hate to burst your bubble.
No, you're good.
I don't see that. But I do believe there are some receivers. It's a deep draft pool of that. To name a few names off the top, you have Jackson Smith and Jigba from Ohio State. You have Jordan Addison from USC. You have Quentin Johnston from TCU, who was in the Final Four. You have, I want to say, Jalen Hyatt out of Tennessee, the kid who actually I want my Patriots to draft. I said Jordan Addison out of USC. He was the Biletnikoff winner, best receiver in the country. So there's options. It's a very deep receiver year, which is good for you in the draft. I think you guys can get a diamond in the gem through the late first round if you guys do decide to take receiver. But that's a big decision for Schoen and Daboll. And I was actually just going to bring up a follow-up question on Daniel Jones. Mm-hmm. You have obviously Saquon and Daniel Jones looking for extensions. Yep. I think Joey sent you. Joey was a guest on our show early in the season. He's a friend of both of us. Saquon was looking in the range of a McCaffrey deal, which I think was 14, 16, around there. Yep. Now, you guys did not pick up Daniel Jones' 5th-year option to begin the season. So my question for you is, how much do you think the Giants end up giving Daniel Jones if you believe he is the long-term solution? Plus, you're going to have to pay Saquon Barkley. But like I told you, you have cap space this offseason. You're projected top 5.
Yeah.
How much do you think they're both going to get per year? Or do you think that they will be getting extensions long-term based on how they looked off of 1 year under Daboll and where you guys go for the future there?
Yeah, I'm not too familiar with like NFL contracts.
Yeah.
I know NBA contracts more.
Right.
Like what's good like price ranges for players. But I think Saquon should get he should get like $14 million a year. Okay. I think because they offered him 12.
Yes.
And he's like in McCaffrey range who gets 16. So why not 14 in the middle? Mm-hmm. For DJ, I think he's worth like $10 million a year.
Oh, that's a little lowball. It's a lowball. You gotta. Okay, I'll go through the contracts quick. Mahomes is getting like $50 million a year. Rodgers is somewhere between 45 and 50, like with his extension. But he said today he's gonna try to trim it if we have to get pieces, which he hasn't even made up his mind if he's staying next year or not. But not to get off topic. And then you have obviously Allen's up there. I think Lamar's going to command a big deal in that range. So I don't think he's worth top tier quarterback money. I don't think you're gonna say he should be worth $40 million a year. I think they might go maybe in the 25 range.
Wow, it's that high.
Yeah, they reset.
So quarterbacks get
a lot now.
A lot now.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the big names have gotten a lot.
I really lowballed him.
Yeah, you really did lowball him. Jeez.
10 million.
Yeah, that's like
crazy.
backup. Not even backup. Well, no, not even backup money. Slightly above that.
Oh wow.
So
Okay.
So I think 25. That's
25 a year.
That's what I think.
For DJ.
Because you have the cap space. I think if you guys really believe he's a long-term solution, I think he's going to get in that ballpark.
Okay.
You know, but it might be like maybe like I don't know if it's gonna be 3 years, 25 a year, something like that. But again, that's the big question. Schoen and Daboll are gonna have to answer, and that's why I was just curious if you think he's gonna get like a 5-year extension.
Yeah, I think 4 years is good.
4 years?
Yeah, I like 4 years.
Okay. All right. Now, obviously, you got beat by the Eagles twice. No, 3 times.
3 times.
But twice in the regular season and then 3 in the postseason. I think most people would say there was a huge talent gap between the Giants and the Eagles.
8 Pro Bowlers to 2.
Right. I mean, there was just a massive gap there. Now, obviously, you had 3 teams in the NFC East this year that made the divisional round. The Cowboys, you guys, the Eagles, and then the Commanders would have been possibly the 4th team if they did not decide to pull Taylor Heineke for Wentz, which that's a topic for another day. How do you feel about where you guys are compared to the other 3 teams in your division?
I honestly like where we're at. You know, Dallas, I think they're frauds, dude. They're good in the regular season, but you know, when playoff time comes, they're nowhere to be found. What was that? They beat the Bucks, and the farthest they've gone is divisional. In how long? Like, when's the last time they made the conference?
1995.
1995. So they, you know, yeah. I mean, Dax, I think he's overrated. He's overpaid. Yeah. So I think, you know, I'm happy compared to the Cowboys. You know, I'm proud to be a Giants fan, but you know, the Eagles have been smacking us for a while now.
Right.
I think we've lost like 10 straight in Philly or something like that.
Yeah.
So.
In Philly, I probably don't know the last time you guys won in Philly, but I think last year you managed to sneak a win on them in Giant Stadium.
In like the last week maybe?
I think it was middle of the season, wasn't it? Like
Middle
week
of the
11
season?
Or something. Last year you guys won at home though against the Eagles before what they are now. That was with Joe. I think that was with Joe Judge. I think you guys won at home. Week 11, I think that's your last win against Philly. Something around there. I could be wrong. But
Yeah, but
yeah.
But Philly, you know, they're scary, bro. Philly's good. The Commanders, they've always been like, you know, they're like Dallas. You know what I mean? Maybe a little worse, you know.
Oof.
But I don't know.
Throwing shade at the division.
Yeah, you know. But yeah, dude, I like where the Giants are at. You know, hopefully we can bring back our 2 guys, Saquon and DJ.
Yeah.
You know, it all started around them.
Yep.
And yeah, you know, we just got to have a good draft.
Yeah, I think you guys are going to be fine with draft capital. Like I said, I mean, you followed me all year, friend of the show. I said day one when I picked the teams to make the playoffs. You guys nailed the coaching hire. Daboll is clearly better than the previous 3. I love the Wink Martindale pickup on defense, especially what you alluded to earlier. Leonard Williams, Dexter Lawrence, with Kayvon coming along. And then if you could ever build that linebacking core in that secondary, it's going to be a really good future for you guys. But like you said, you got to see what kind of options you're going to have at the draft. The offseason moves are going to be critical. Like, you know, the salary cap, you guys are top 5 in cap space, which is going to be very good for you guys. But the big 2 are Saquon and Daniel Jones. Back to your point about Daniel Jones, I think he is an average quarterback. He does have a playoff win, which is very good for him in his first 4 seasons. I want to say first 3. Actually 3, yeah. 3 or 4, I think he's had. Something around there. And then Saquon Barkley, back in the old days, running backs used to get a lot of money. Well, now because it's becoming a quarterback driven and you're seeing like all these other positions get more than the running back, I just don't know if you guys are going to give Saquon that big of a contract because running backs don't last long and their prime is so small. Because once they hit like 30, not even 30, their late 20s, they just become a shell of themselves. We're seeing Dallas with Zeke. Zeke's not the same within the last couple of years. That's the only thing I would advise you to consider if you guys are thinking about paying Saquon a huge amount of money. Because, and Daniel Jones, I think, like I said, 3 years, maybe 4, of about $25 a year. But again, that's the big decision they got to make. That's kind of the things I would factor in for you guys. Non-biasedly speaking, even though I have been biased towards those Giant fans this year. So that would be my recommendation. Is that fair?
Yeah, I think we need like a solid, like another back, I wouldn't say split with Saquon, but just so he doesn't have all that like a high workload,
Right.
So we can keep him healthy,
Yeah, like Dallas has with Pollard.
Yeah, that's kind of like that. So
yeah, you could find
that would
those.
help.
I think you can find those.
And Andrew Thomas on our O-line, he's a
All-Pro selection.
sleeper.
All-Pro
he's
selection.
A sleeper.
Yep.
So
He had a really good year this year.
yeah, like those O-line players don't get the credit
Yeah.
or the recognition. It's always like the Saquons or like the
Right.
But yeah, we got to give credit to Andrew Thomas.
Yeah.
Evan Neal played all right.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Yeah, he's a rookie.
So, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
Yeah. All right, so let's break down kind of the AFC and NFC championships. We're going to start with the first game, 49ers and the Eagles. I think anybody could say that these are the 4 best teams in the game right now. You could argue 2 that got eliminated. We're not going to name them right now, but for San Francisco, Philly. How do you think that game's going to play out Sunday afternoon?
I mean, they both got amazing defenses.
Mm-hmm.
So it might be a defensive battle.
Okay.
Kind of like the Dallas San Fran game. It was low scoring.
Mm-hmm.
It was kind of defensive. But I do think, I hate to say it, I do think the Eagles win.
Wow.
Yeah, I do think the Eagles win. I think Brock Purdy, that Eagles pressure's it'll get to him. You know, Dallas did a good job too, but I feel like it was only like Micah Parsons up there.
I don't know. DeMarcus Lawrence had a couple.
DeMarcus Lawrence
had some big plays.
Yeah, the Eagles. I feel like and because San Fran the last 2 games were at home, so I think being in Philly is a different story. The crowd's gonna be loud on offense.
Yes.
Brock Purdy's. That's his first away game in the playoffs.
Right.
So, the crowd noise might get to him.
Mm-hmm.
He's got to be commanding of the offense.
Yeah.
So I do think the home field is going to be big, which is why I think the Eagles are going to win.
You make excellent points. Philly was number 1 in sacks, and they were 15 ahead of the next closest team. Brock Purdy's been very calm, and he's been played very well so far in the playoffs. But like you said, this is the toughest road. This is his toughest test because it's on the road. You're traveling from halfway across, almost all the way across the country.
Yeah.
And yes, Philly is deep in the front 7, deeper than Dallas, because they can throw more guys inside. They can throw more guys out on the edge. I'm actually going the other way with you. I think San Fran's going to beat Philly. I have that in my playoff prediction.
I hope so.
I actually got all 4 teams right in the playoff show where I predicted my playoff brackets. So shout out to me and cousin Frankie. We nailed that. But I just think that the way I think to beat the Eagles is to have a running game, which they have with McCaffrey. Mitchell ran the ball well against Dallas as well. I think if you can be unpredictable against them, and the combination of Deebo Samuel, Brandon Ayuk, George Kittle, even Juwan Jennings has stepped up a little here and there. If between those 4 and the running game, I think it's going to put a lot on Philly. The question is, can San Fran wear them down with that running game? And Jalen Hurts is listen. That running scheme has been very good all year. But I don't know how healthy Jalen Hurts is. He looked fine Saturday night, I know, but this is a front 4 where DeMeco Ryans has done a hell of a job with the Niners. I think the oldest saying I'm going to take to the bank is defense and running game. And I think the Niners have the best defense to give Jalen Hurts problems. And I think McCaffrey and Mitchell, they can run the ball well. And Kyle Shanahan is a hell of a play caller. He'll get Brock Purdy in these situations. He's been through a lot of NFC Championship games in his career. I think that's going to help in the end over Philly, who's hasn't been there. This is like, they have some veterans that have been there from their Super Bowl run, but Sirianni hasn't been there. Jalen Hurts hasn't been there. That's what I think puts San Francisco in the edge.
Yeah, those are good points too. I completely forgot about Elijah Mitchell, dude. He tore up the Dallas D last week.
Late
so they got two backs.
Yep.
That are pretty scary.
Yep.
You know, I do. Yeah, their running game is definitely better than the Eagles. You know, so yeah, it should be a good game.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, so we split on that. That's cool.
You think it'll be high scoring? Or?
I don't think it'll be high scoring. I forgot what score I predicted, but I know I had the Niners. I know I had the Niners winning. That's I don't have a score, but if I had to say,
the spread's at right now?
Philly 2.5.
Philly 2.5.
Yep, Philly 2.5.
I thought it'd be like +1. Honestly, it's gonna be.
So you thought Niners would be favorite?
Or I thought the spread would be 1, you know, instead of 2.5. But
yeah,
it might go down. You know.
It might. Yeah. But I'm gonna go Niners 23, Philly 20. I'm gonna go around there.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, I'm going that. All right, let's get to the other championship game.
Yeah.
The Cincinnati Bengals and the Kansas City Chiefs. Joe Burrow versus Patrick Mahomes, match number 4.
Classic.
Joe Burrow's 3-0 against Patrick Mahomes. And yes, that was intentional, Chief bandwagons. Cincinnati is probably playing the hottest of any team outside of San Francisco. And Kansas City has just been there, done that. This is their 5th year in a row hosting an AFC Championship game in Arrowhead Stadium. Both of these two guys are going to be arguably the top 3 quarterbacks in the league, depending on who you have. How do you think that's going to play out?
I think that'll be that's definitely gonna be a close game. You know, it's gonna come down to like the last possession probably. Dude, Joe Burrow and Mahomes are top 2 right now.
I agree.
You know?
I agree.
They're running the game.
Yep.
And like Burrow's the only guy I feel that can go toe to toe with Mahomes. You know, because Josh Allen, we thought he might have been that guy, but it doesn't seem like it. You know.
Yeah.
I mean, he'll be fine. I think he'll come back.
Right.
You know, he'll have a good career. But you know, it's gonna be a close game. The Bengals got Mixon at running back. The Chiefs, who's their running
Pacheco, and he's been running the ball really well for them.
Okay. Yeah, I think I gotta go Bengals, dude. I think the Bengals do it again. You know, the last time they fought, they faced each other, Bengals won 27-24, I think.
In Cincinnati.
And the playoffs last year, Bengals won 27-24.
Same score. Yep.
In the Arrowhead.
Same
so
score.
I'm going to go Bengals 27-24.
Same score, 3rd meeting in a row.
In Arrowhead.
Wow. Same score
Yeah.
again from last year, and that would be the 3rd time that's happened.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, dude, you can't sleep on the Chiefs, you know. They got Kelsey, dude, who's the best tight end right now in the game.
Oh, without question.
You know, he could be the best tight end in history, you know.
Ooh, you
know what I mean? I mean, he's definitely top 10, right? All time.
You could make a very strong argument. I would have to give you a very good history lesson of the great tight ends.
Yeah, I know Shannon Sharp's up there, you know.
Yeah, I'll have to give you a history lesson on tight ends.
Antonio Gates, you know, you got Tony Gonzalez. You know, there's a lot of killers, but
you forgot my guy, Gronk.
Gronk too.
I would take Gronk over Kelsey. I would because Gronk could do it. Gronk can block better than Kelsey ever can. I'm sorry, he just can't. He was the ultimate dual. He could do it all. He basically was an extra offensive lineman when blocking, you know? Yeah. And I know the injuries people are going to use, but when he was at his prime, he was the ultimate mismatch. You put a linebacker on him, he's too fast for a linebacker. You put a safety on him, he's too big.
Yeah.
That's my argument to people, you know, with these tight ends.
The Chiefs and Jags, you know, I don't think the Chiefs look like that great, you know, versus the Jags.
Right.
But, you know, the Bengals look great versus the Bills.
Yeah, they helped them.
So I think they got more momentum right now.
Right.
But Arrowhead's, it gets loud. You
it's
know what
tough.
I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know. It could go either way.
Right.
I'm hoping for a good game, anyways.
Yeah.
I hope everyone's stays no injuries. You know,
right.
we want a fully healthy. You know,
right.
Good game.
Well, I don't know if you've heard, the line has moved from I think it was Chiefs -1.5, and now it's moved all the way to Cincy -2.
Oh, wow.
So that's been a significant swing. I don't know if it's because the ankle sprain for Mahomes is as bad as we think, but Mahomes and Andy Reid said they're gonna be fine. It sounds like he'll play. I'm a little surprised. I think I'm actually gonna go. We actually agree on this because let me tell you this, Rebal. I watched that game with my cousins live after we recorded, and I gotta say, to go into Buffalo and hold them to 10 points, this is the one team that's not afraid to go into Kansas City and beat them. And when I look back at like the history of the game, you have a team that, you know, is usually the flashy team. Everybody loves this team. Everybody loves the Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes is the wow factor. He's the human highlight reel people want to see. He's the TV. Media loves him. He can't do anything wrong.
Yeah.
That's what makes me hate him. But I hate their fans more because I'll bring that up in a second. But going back even further than this, Manning was the big name guy when we think of Manning-Brady rivalry. Manning was the big name guy, number one pick. You know, everybody knew like he would be great coming out of college. Brady was kind of the upstart guy, and you know he was kind of quiet, right?
Yeah.
And you know he got better slowly, but once he started to beat Manning, the conversation shifted from Manning being the future to Tom being better than him because Tom was winning all those postseason games until Manning finally broke through and won, and that's what made it a rivalry.
Yeah.
Going back even further than that, I want to say Steve Young was the big guy in San Francisco taking over for Joe Montana. He won a league MVP, and everybody's like, oh, Steve Young's the future of the league. Dallas is young, upstart, triplets, you know, Troy Aikman. They came from 1-15, and they're up and coming, but he's not as flashy as Steve Young is. But they go into San Francisco and they beat him.
Yeah.
And I think that's what, and even before that with Montana, and Dallas was America's team of the 70s into the early 80s, and Montana was just this guy that was all right, and he has his greatest play with the catch, and that's what launched San Francisco and sent Dallas the other way.
Yeah.
That's just kind of like where this reminds me of, and I just think Cincinnati, Joe Burrow is really good, but he's not the human highlight reel of Patrick Mahomes, and I like the way Burrow carries himself, where it's like, okay, we still got more work to do, business as usual. Okay, we got to go into Kansas City again. We beat them last year in Arrowhead. We could do it again.
Yeah.
It's that quiet confidence where, you know, people don't love it, but most of those guys that have that, where people underlook them, they end up having more success down the line. And I think Burrow might be the guy of maybe the decade over Mahomes.
Yeah, and another interesting point is Burrow won a college national championship, right?
At LSU.
The only two quarterbacks to win it, first name was Joe. Joe Namath, won a Super Bowl and a national championship.
And Joe Montana.
So, you know, I think it's destined here for Joe Burrow to join that club.
Yeah, I'm going Cincinnati. I picked them in the playoff. I well predicted it like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
I just think that they're playing as hot as anybody. And Lou Anarumo, the Bengals defensive coordinator, deserves a head coaching job. After what I saw in Buffalo, I don't know why teams are not giving him more consideration. I mean, they play good team defense. They remind me kind of what Dallas was in the early 90s. They remind me of the early Patriot defense where we didn't really have a lot of big names, but they play just good team defense. They work well together, and they do their task as a team. And that's a very, very underrated thing we're looking at because, yes, you know, they had Trey Hendrickson, who's a good pass rusher. Von Bell's a good safety. Logan Wilson's an up-and-coming linebacker. Sam Hubbard's a nice compliment, but they're not really big names. Kansas City's got all the big names. Mahomes, Kelsey, Chris Jones on defense. I mean, they have Nick Bolton, who's good. They have Frank Clark, who came over from Seattle. I mean, compared to Cincinnati, bigger names. Cincinnati's got good team guys that play well as a team, and that's where I think the edge separates. And I really think Cincinnati's going to go in there. I had 34-31. I had that.
Okay. I like that.
Just a different score changeup.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
So I got that. I think that was the meeting last year in Cincinnati, before Cincinnati won an Arrowhead. That's what I think it was.
It should be like an offensive,
I think so. It's
going to be like a shootout, you know?
Yeah, I think Spagnuolo's going to have a hard time stopping Burrow in that offense because I feel like Burrow Serino against Spagnuolo as a defensive coordinator. He's 3-0.
Yeah.
He's lit him up, and I don't think Spags is an answer for Burrow. I don't.
Yeah.
So.
It should be a fun one.
Yeah. Okay, so you have Eagles against the Bengals.
Bengals, Super Bowl.
Who do you got?
Oh.
Putting you on the hot seat, that's right.
Let's go Bengals, dude.
Okay.
I got the Bengals, bro.
Okay.
I think it's Joe Burrow's year, dude.
Yep.
I think it's his year.
Yeah.
You
I
know?
mean, I listen. I said last week I wouldn't be mad if Joe Burrow wins. I would be happy for him. He's a very likable guy, and you know, I agree. It has that feel like it's his time. You know? So, okay. Now we get to what you really want to get into, the NBA. You are obviously a Nets fan.
Yeah, I'm a Brooklyn Nets fan.
Okay.
You know?
Kevin Durant, they said he's going to miss another week or two, extended from what he had with the knee surgery. I mean, not knee surgery, but knee injury.
Yeah, like a sprained MCL.
Right.
Yeah.
He got hurt early in the month.
Yep.
Does KD being out concern you in terms of where you might end up come playoff time?
Yeah, definitely.
In the standings?
Definitely does. You know, because you have to have home court advantage, you know, in the playoffs.
Especially in the first round.
Because NBA playoffs are long, dude, you know.
Yep.
You know, football's, you know, one and done. But,
Yep.
You know, yeah, you know, you should have, because we were close to that 1 seed before KD got hurt. We slipped up now. Philly caught some steam.
Yep.
So now we're 4th, I think, behind the Bucks, or behind Philly.
Yep.
Cavs are right there, you know, so we got to get KD back as soon as possible. Luckily, we got Kyrie.
Yep.
You know, it's good having 2 stars like that.
Yeah.
That could, you know, pick up the workload when one's out or whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely concerning, but you know, hopefully he'll be back. You know, he has All-Star break soon, so that's an extra couple days, you know, to get healthy.
Yep.
Yep. So.
How do you feel about your depth? Maybe you could use a big at the trade deadline. I feel like that's been a concern for you guys because what used to be Steve Nash used to take what D'Antoni did with the Suns and the Rockets when he was coaching. And Nash played under D'Antoni, so you see similar systems there. But now that Steve Nash is gone, Jock Vaughn has come in. Does that lack of size, does the bench worry you a little bit come playoff time against the big boys of the East?
Dude, I like our bench. I really do. I just think we need another backup center, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I think we have every other position covered.
Yeah.
You know, on our bench. Mm-hmm. You know, we got good guys. Like Seth Curry.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Joe Harris coming off the bench. You know, we have Markieff Morris. You know, we don't really use him. I thought we would play him more, but yeah, I think we should try to go for another like center. Yeah. But dude, Claxton has been so good this year. Mm-hmm. He's leading the league in blocks. He's definitely a Defensive Player of the Year candidate right now. Yeah, so I do like that. And Simmons is kind of like another center, you know? He's 6'11". He can handle the ball. And if, you know, like he gets a lot of hate, you know? I don't think he's worth $35 million a year. But I do think if Simmons isn't healthy, we're not going to win. We're not going to make a deep run in the playoffs. I do think he's a crucial piece to our team because he helps Claxton down low.
Right.
He handles the ball. He takes pressure off Kyrie. You know, so yeah.
Yeah, I think obviously we know KD and Ben Simmons have injury history. Kyrie, he got hurt 2 years ago, so that kind of those have to be the utmost concern for you, maybe making sure those three are healthy. But I think your bench production, you're gonna need contribution. You have T.J. Warren. You have Cam Sumner. I don't know if they get a lot of minutes, but I know you've talked to me about them off camera of those guys having a highlight moment here and there. That's why I asked if you think the bench is going to be a big thing for you come playoff time, especially against teams like Milwaukee, Philly, and Boston.
Yeah. I think we definitely do need we should try to make a trade, you know, for like a power forward center. You know, we need size.
Right.
We have Claxton, like Day'Ron Sharp, you know, like he's not going to do anything.
Right.
You know, so, you know, we do need, I think there's rumors of Kuzma, coming to Brooklyn, which is kind of weird. That would be a pretty good piece for us.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I think our bench is it's pretty solid, dude.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think we have all the right pieces to make a run. We got top 10 defense, maybe top 5 defense. Ever since Jacques Vaughn took over, we went from 25th to like 30 range to now we're top 5 to 10 in defensive rating.
Mm-hmm.
Our offense is top 5. So, I think I believe in Jacques Vaughn way more than I do in Nash, obviously, because Nash has never won. He's never won a ring.
No.
Jacques Vaughn's won a ring with the Spurs.
See, I didn't know that. When you told me that, like, off camera through text, I was like,
yeah,
interesting.
Yeah, so
I did not know that.
And I think the players are just buying into what his system. They believe in him more, and it's like they're responding to him well. They weren't responding well to Nash at all. So
I'm gonna ask you this on the Nets, and we'll allude to this when we get into the playoff picks and the finals. How far do you think the Nets honestly can go?
I think this year we have to make at least the conference finals. If we don't make the conference finals, like, there's got to be changes made. I'm expecting us, as a long-time Nets fan, to make the finals. I think this is our year, dude. We got to stay healthy. If we're healthy, we should be in the finals. Boston, you got to respect Boston, dude. They swept us last year.
Mm-hmm. And they're number 1 seed right now.
They're number 1 seed. They got a good team. They got depth, dude. So that's why I'm saying we might need to make some moves.
Yeah.
They got Derek White, Marcus Smart, Brown, Tatum, Al Horford, Robert Williams. Grant Williams.
Yeah. Malcolm Brogdon.
They got some depth at the guard position.
Yeah.
Even center, like Robert Williams, he's a great center.
Yeah.
And Al Horford, veteran center.
Right.
But I think the Nets are we got a great team because we got a mix of, like, young guys, like Ben Simmons, who are hungry, and then vets, Like Claxton, Simmons, young guys.
Yeah.
And then Kyrie, KD, vets. I think you need that mix,
Right.
know? You can't just have young guys. You can't just have vets. So
yeah.
So that's good for us.
Yeah, that's something that is a great point. Some young guys to learn from the vets of experience, but the vets need to step up when the time is called. But they can't be asked to do too much.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to get into All-Star predictions right now. I made mine a month ago because this man and we were talking about what we were going to do topic-wise. Now, I have wrote mine down on a small index card. I'm going to read you kind of who I have. I'm going to start with the East starting 5, okay?
Okay.
Starting with the East starting 5. At the point guard spot, I got Trae Young. At the shooting guard spot, I got Tatum. I got at the small forward, he might be hurt. I don't think he's going to get it, but I got Kevin Durant. I got at the power forward, I got Giannis. And I got Embiid at center.
I like all those except Trae Young.
Who would you put in over him?
Over Trae?
Point guard, you got to think.
I mean, you could put Mitchell there.
Okay.
Maybe he's a 2 guard, but I think he's a point guard.
I wouldn't be mad at that.
Yeah, I think Mitchell. Trae's good. He's definitely one of the best offensive guards.
Yeah.
He just has no defense,
Right. No, I agree.
So Mitchell's defense, I think, it just puts him above Trae Young.
Okay. See, I'm not that mad about that.
Yeah, but I like the rest. Embiid, beast. I think he should have won MVP last year. He got snubbed, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Durant, definitely there.
Giannis.
Tatum, Giannis. Yeah, those are good picks.
All right.
I like those
All right,
picks.
good. All right. Let's go with I'm going to go with the West starters now. I have Steph Curry at the point guard spot, even though he missed some time early in the season. I have Luka Doncic at shooting guard. I have LeBron at small forward. I know he's coming possibly back tonight, but I tried to think of power forward who else it could be. I got Anthony Davis as the 4, and I got Nikola Jokic at center. I could see you having an issue with Anthony Davis because he's been out. I'm fine with that. But at the time I made this, it was a month ago.
Yeah.
What do you think of the West starting five I have?
No, I like that. I think Morant, he could take Curry's spot there.
Okay. See, that's possible.
Because, the Grizzlies are second seed, I think, now.
In the West, right?
Yeah, so they've been, Ja's been good.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, you got to respect Curry, dude. He's still there.
Yep.
He's still the best point guard in the league, And when healthy, he's definitely the best point guard in the league.
Yeah.
Some could say best point guard of all time, so...
Yeah, that's a debate I gotta talk. That's a debate I gotta bring NBA nerd on Joey back on. I gotta talk to him about that. But if you,
I like that lineup though. It's good.
Okay.
Zion. I wish he could just stay healthy.
Yeah.
If he could stay healthy, I would put him where AD is.
Okay.
But
all right. So here's my. You know what? We'll stay with the West. I'm gonna go with my West reserves. You ready? All right. Now reserves. Keyword. I got Ja Morant. I got Devin Booker, even though he's missed time now. I got Zion. I got Karl Anthony Towns. I got Lauri Markkanen. I got Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And I got Anthony Edwards. How's my reserves?
Those are good. I like that.
Okay.
I'm glad you put Markkanen. He's had he could be most improved.
Mm-hmm.
He's definitely there because he's having a great season.
Yeah.
I like those picks. Trying to think if I would trying to think of other teams.
Yeah, no, I understand.
Sabonis, I think Sabonis.
Oh yeah, the Kings are doing really
He's
well.
having a great year. Yeah, Kings are third right now.
Third,
in the West.
right?
Yeah,
right.
So that's Mike Brown's doing great with them.
Yeah,
I didn't think the Kings. I was telling Joey and Louie earlier when the Kings beat the Nets. I was like, dude, the Kings are just good for now. They're gonna fall off.
Yeah.
But it doesn't seem like it. I think they're gonna stay in the top 5.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, here's the thing people don't get about Mike Brown. I think he's an alright coach. I don't think he's great, and I'm gonna explain why. He did have a young LeBron that was kind of molding into his prime in Cleveland. And yes, he took him to the finals against a way better Spurs team, a way more experienced, better coach team than in the Spurs. Not his fault. They were just young.
Yeah.
Okay. But then, they ran into the Big Three Celtics where it was a 7-game series, but they lost that big game in Boston. But the next year they have the best record 2 years in a row, number 1 seed in the East, and they get bounced by Orlando in the conference finals, and they get bounced by Boston in Game 6.
Yeah.
So I feel like he's good, but I can't get to great. And I got to go even with the Lakers when he had Kobe, he had Pau, and, that was not a terrible Lakers team he took over. That was right after Phil Jackson came in, and they lost to a young OKC team that was clearly showing signs of becoming a really good team, which when you look at who they lost, it was Harden.
3 MVPs.
Westbrook and Durant. And they lost in 6. I think it was in LA. But then after that series, the wheels come off the thing. It's like, is Mike Brown good? Yes. Is he great? No. And that's where I feel like, I'm happy the Kings are doing well. They've been horrible for almost 20 years, it feels like. I'm happy for the Kings, and I root for them in the playoffs because they deserve a win more than any NBA franchise. The Kings need it, okay? But, like you said, for them, it would be big. But I don't know if he can lift them towards a powerhouse in the West. I don't think that. But he's good. I don't think he's a great coach. But he will win Coach of the Year, I think.
Okay.
Is that fair?
Yeah, I agree with that.
Okay.
I agree with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so we went over the West reserves. Let me go to the East reserves. I got Donovan Mitchell. I got Jaylen Brown. I got DeMar DeRozan. I got Bam Adebayo. I have Julius Randle. I have Bradley Beal. I have Darius Garland. What do you think of the East reserves?
Those are solid. I
Okay.
think, dude, Halliburton, he's had a good season.
Lately, I've heard he's been going off for the Pacers.
Yeah, I think he's averaging 20 and 10. So
Wow.
I think he could have a case, for being a reserve.
Okay.
Who else? I like those reserves though. I think Bam, Jalen, yeah, DeRozan, Beal, Garland. Yeah, I like those. Those are solid.
Okay.
Those are solid.
All right. That's good. All right. So those are my All-Star picks. You mostly agree with them. That's good.
Yeah.
You threw a couple of yours in. All right. So now here's how we're gonna do this. NBA playoff teams. We're gonna break it down. The top 6 that will make it. And you want to do play-in? You got play-in teams you want to throw in? I'll throw play-in.
Yeah,
I
we could see. We could do the 6 and then
All right.
play-ins.
So we'll start. All right. So we'll start in the East because it's the better conference.
Yeah.
I got Boston. I got Milwaukee.
Is this in order or just 6?
Just go.
Just
Whoever's
6.
going to be the 6. I don't know how it's going to be mathematically.
Okay.
I'm just going to name the 6. You'll name your 6. Not in particular order unless you have a particular order. That's up to you.
We'll just do 6 to make it, no order.
Yeah. Okay. That's
Yeah.
That's fine. All right. I got Boston, Milwaukee, Philly. I'm trying to think quick on the fly. The Nets. That's 4.
Cavs.
Yes, the Cavs.
Cavs.
Yeah, I just needed a second. That 6 spot's tough.
6 is tough. You got the Pacers. You
Who
got
have been
the
playing
Heat.
well. I'm
Am I
just
missing something?
yeah. I'm gonna go Miami
Miami.
because surprisingly they're like hit and miss. But I think Spoelstra is a good coach to get them at least in the top 6. So I got Miami, Cleveland, Boston, Philly, and Boston, Philly, Milwaukee. I think I said right. Cleveland, Miami, Milwaukee, Boston, Brooklyn, Milwaukee.
Yeah. Wait.
All right, hold on.
Hold on,
I gotta go by the divisions. Brooklyn, Boston, Philly. 3 in the Atlantic.
All right.
Then I got Milwaukee, Cleveland in the Central.
Yeah. Then Miami.
And then Miami in the
That's
Southeast.
6.
Okay,
That's
good.
That's also
All right.
my 6.
That's also your 6?
That's also
okay.
my 6.
Okay. Now the play-in in the East. All right.
That runs from 7 through 10, right?
7 to 10, yep. Indiana. I'm going to take the Hawks. I don't think anybody else is going to be in that Southeast. That's basically tanking team. Okay. Pistons are basically in rebuild mode. The Bulls are hard to figure out. I'm going to take the Knicks. I'm going to go with the Knicks, Pacers, Hawks. Knicks, Pacers, Hawks. And I'm not going to go with the Raptors. So Knicks in the Atlantic.
I think the Knicks could be top 6 too.
They could make a case.
Yeah.
I'm going to go Knicks in the play-in. I'm going to go Pacers in the Central. I'm going to take the Hawks. And I guess if I had to throw in
Bulls.
one more, I would throw in the Bulls over the Raptors. I would.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if there's like other.
I left Toronto out.
Toronto.
I left the Wizards, Magic, and Hornets are done.
Yeah.
They're like tanking teams.
Nah, I like
Detroit's
those picks.
tanking.
I like those picks.
Okay.
I think it's tough because like maybe the Heat slip back, the Knicks. You know, I don't know. The Knicks are looking all right, so it should be interesting.
I got I got whoever's winning the play-in. I'm going to take the Knicks and the Pacers. They round out 7 and 8.
Okay.
Not in any particular order, but I think the Knicks Pacers win play-in games and they make a postseason berth.
Yeah.
That's what I got.
Yeah, I don't think the Bulls got it this year.
I don't think the Bulls are all that. I don't think
Lonzo's a huge piece for them.
they took a step back.
And if Lonzo is healthy, I think the Bulls are top 5 in the East. But yeah, I do think Lonzo's that good.
I don't know if I would go top 5. They could be
Yeah.
borderline team. Because when I look at who's ahead of them, and if you say top 5, I'm thinking, who am I putting the Bulls over? I'm thinking, I can't put them over them. No.
Yeah.
All right. In the West, we're going to start there. Well, we'll go here. In the West, I'm going to take Denver, Memphis.
Kings.
Those are the 2. I think the Kings will get in the 6th spot for sure. I mean, in the
Yeah.
top 6. Golden State Clippers are right around playing. Lakers are going to fight for playing. I don't think they're going to go anywhere, personally. The Suns have slipped off. That's hard. I got to figure out where I have them. The West is wide open, so it's a little hard, so bear with me. Give me the Kings. Give me the Mavericks, the Grizzlies, the Pelicans,
Yep.
Denver,
Yep.
and I'm just trying to think in the rest of that division. because everybody's a little like shaky in some ways.
Yeah, I'm gonna look at the standings.
Yeah, get them ready for me because I'm thinking OKC's young. Minnesota is just they got talent, but they can never get it. Portland, I like Dame, but they're playing to me. And Utah is basically trying to take. So I'm going to go, all right, so we'll go Clippers, Kings, Mavs, Grizz, Pelicans, and
Nuggets.
Yep. That's my 6.
And they're top 6 right now.
So what do you think?
I like that.
Who would you go with?
I would go with... put the Warriors.
Okay, that was the one I was tossing up between.
I'd take the Mavs out.
So you think Mavs go play-in?
Yeah, I think Mavs get play-in. I don't think they're just having a rough year.
Yeah.
Because Brunson, dude, they let him go.
Yeah, that's
there's
a big
no
loss.
they don't have that 2 guard to help Luka.
That second option. Right.
Dinwiddie's he's not a second option.
No.
You know.
No.
They got Christian Wood, but I don't think Christian Wood really, because the Mavs they just need big guys to shoot threes. You know, they're not really they don't really need rebounders that much. They made it to the conference finals.
Yeah.
With Maxi Kleber at center, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
As long as you set screens, you know.
Right.
Shoot the 3 ball a little bit.
Yeah.
So without Brunson, you see how Brunson's doing with the Knicks.
Right. All-star caliber player, maybe.
Yeah.
Some people's minds.
Yeah, I got the Warriors.
Okay, that's fine. I was debating them. Going to the play-in spot, I got Golden State. I got Phoenix. I think Phoenix will get in once everybody's healthy. I know they're troubled. Golden State, Phoenix. Rockets and Spurs are tanking. I'm not even considering those 2 teams.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go Minnesota. And this is tough because it's a young OKC team. It's Portland and it's Minnesota. 2 really good teams are going to get left out, I think. And I'm really thinking, I don't know what depth Portland has other than Simons. I know Nurkic, I know they've been there, done that. Minnesota has Gobert, and they just made it last year as a 7 seed. And then OKC just is young, but Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's been playing great. That young talent is there. I'm going to take Minnesota. I'm going to go Minnesota, Phoenix, Golden State. And I'm going to take Minnesota, Golden State, Phoenix. And then, I just said the teams. Good thing you have the standings near me. Minnesota, Golden State, Phoenix.
There's Utah, too.
No, I'm not going them.
Golden State.
Yeah, I say Spurs, Rockets. I'm not even considering. Lakers, I'm not considering. That was a toss-up. So, I'm going to go Phoenix, Golden State, Minnesota. And I'll take Portland. I'll take Portland. I mean, OKC's close. But give me OKC. I'll switch. OKC over Portland.
Okay.
What do you got?
I got Phoenix. I got Minnesota. Dallas. And I got the Lakers.
Okay.
I got the Lakers at 10. I think they'll...
Wow, you think they make it?
I think the Lakers make it.
Golden State, Phoenix. I'm just counting mine again. Golden State, Phoenix, Minnesota, and then I got
OKC.
Yeah, I'm gonna take OKC, the one surprise
OKC.
team. Yeah. Now winning the play-in.
In West.
Golden State. And I'm really debating if it's Minnesota or OKC. I'm gonna take Minnesota just because of the star power they have. They could play. It's just the only thing I'm worried about is defense. They won last year in the play. So I'm going to take Golden State and Minnesota round out the
8.
Yep. That's
All
what
right.
I'm going to take. All right. We're going to go to the NBA Finals picks. You want to do conference finals for each conference and then the 2 that make it and then your winner? You want to do it like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do that.
So I'm going to stick to my original pick. I know this is crazy, but there's always that one sleeper team we've gotten the last couple years in the NBA that makes it far, that people don't think. In the East, I got Cleveland and Milwaukee.
Okay.
I don't think the Nets do. I think they get second round. I just think the East is so tough. One of those big 5 is going to be out in the first round. One of those big 5 is going to be out in the first round. 2 of them are going to be out in the second round. It's just so tough.
Stacked East.
Cleveland's got all-star guards. They got Jared Allen as center, who's really good as a shot blocker. Kevin Love is a 4 with experience. And I just think the Cavs are that surprise team this year that make it to the conference finals. And I think Milwaukee, they got the championship pedigree. Giannis is the best player in basketball, I think, right now. If Middleton and Holiday stay healthy, the bench is really good. I got Cleveland, Milwaukee in the East.
Okay.
And in the West, I'm not sold on Denver. I can't get there with Denver. I like Memphis. It's just they talk a lot like they've done something, and they need to do something to me this year if they're going to do all that talking. But Golden State, the Clippers, I don't know, because I don't know if I can trust Kawhi healthy. I know Kawhi can really go off.
West is
and
weird.
I like Golden
West is
State,
weird.
but I just think they're not the same team. Something is up, and sure they could get right. But we're gonna go with Memphis, and dang, this is
Memphis. I like Memphis.
I do, and I'm just saying that second team, it's hard, man.
It is tough.
I like New Orleans, but they're just a piece away. And yes, they got a lot of nice pieces. I don't think it's gonna be too surprised though. Somehow, I hate saying this, I got Golden State, Memphis meeting in the conference finals. I can't trust the Clippers yet.
Yeah.
I mean, Golden State, I just feel like there's some weird thing where they're going to get it. I know they don't look good now, but in the playoffs, you can't bet against them. They're just always a tough out.
I like that.
So I got Golden State, Memphis. So what do you got? Conference finals, both sides.
We'll start West. I got the Nuggets.
You do trust Jokic in them, okay.
Yeah, I think they got some big pickups in the offseason.
Okay.
Dude, Bruce Brown's been a sleeper. They stole him from my Nets.
Yep.
But he's a good 3-and-D guy, you know.
Yeah.
So I like Bruce Brown on the Nuggets. You know, I think they'll make the conference finals.
Who you got matching them up with?
And I got the Pelicans.
You left Memphis and Golden State off?
Yeah.
Ooh.
I got the Nuggets
Oof.
and the Pelicans. I think the home court is big, dude. And
I want to go to the Pelicans, but I just feel like, can Zion stay healthy? I don't know.
If healthy, if fully healthy,
yes.
I got the Pelicans.
Yes, I was debating them and Golden State.
They need Ingram. They need Zion, McCollum. They got a solid Valanciunas. I like
Ingram.
Yeah. If they're not healthy, I got the Warriors.
Yeah, I mean, I was debating the Pelicans. I mean, I think Denver's easily going to get to the second round, but I don't think they're going to beat. I think Golden State upsets them in the second round. I just feel like Jokic is really good, but I don't know if Jamal Murray and Michael Porter Jr. can be healthy. And I mean, we know Jamal Murray did it in the bubble, but NBA playoffs with different home courts and everything is a whole different ballgame.
Yeah, you're making me second guess now.
So
the Warriors are scary.
They are. They play Boston
are scary
tough.
too.
They are. I was debating the Clippers too.
I don't think the Mavs are.
No.
Mavs are 1-0.
Yeah.
First round out.
Yeah.
Kings are weird.
Too young. They're nice.
Kings are first round out. Yeah.
Yeah, because just the West and the experienced teams. So yeah, I'm going Memphis, Golden State. Pelicans were close. Clippers were close, but I think Clippers could be first round exits. But I don't know. They could make second round. Denver, I'm not that high on Denver. I'm not. I'm not. They got talent, but I just don't think in postseason they can do it.
Yeah.
So, but it's okay. We disagree. Denver, New Orleans, you got.
Yep.
So, all right. Who you got in the East?
Boston, for sure. I think Boston does it again. Conference finals.
I'm not mad about that.
They're just too scary.
Yeah.
And then I got my Nets.
Okay, so we got
my
two
Nets.
disagreeing. That's okay. That's okay.
I got my Nets.
That's okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna let you go first with your NBA Finals. Who you got meeting in the finals?
It's disappointing. I don't know. I don't know, dude. I want to give the props to Boston, bro. They're so good.
Wow.
But I'm going my Nets.
Oh.
My Brooklyn Nets will make the finals. We're gonna beat Boston in 7 games. We'll do it in TD Garden.
Oh man. Okay. Well, KD needs a big,
big year.
Big year. He needs that finals after the Warriors. If he doesn't win, he's just gonna keep getting that thing where he can't win a championship by himself and all that.
Yeah, rightfully so.
Well, really, not by himself. He has Kyrie, but he can't lead a team to a championship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I got the Nets in the finals.
Who out west?
And I got. Damn, I really picked the Pelicans and Nuggets. Now I'm stuck with those two.
That's right. That's right.
Shit. Nets Pelicans.
Oh my God.
I got the Pelicans going to the finals.
Oh Lord. I all I'm gonna say is I'm bringing NBA note on later. I'm gonna let him roast you for that. I'm gonna just sit back and go, okay. Now I don't know if he's gonna roast mine.
Yo, listen, Rich. If they ain't healthy, you heard me. I got the Warriors.
I know, but
all right, but between Nuggets, Pelicans, give me the Pelicans, Nets, finals. If they're not healthy, give me Warriors, Nets, finals. There it is.
all right. Milwaukee's beating Cleveland in 6.
Rich, they got Jose Alvarado, the Pelicans.
Don't do that. Don't do that,
right,
Rebal.
right.
Don't do that.
All right.
Don't do that, Rebal. All right, I got Milwaukee beating Cleveland in 6. Come out of the East, and out west.
You got Milwaukee.
I do.
Wow.
I do. I think Boston. If it's Boston, Milwaukee in the second round, which I don't think it will be.
But you got Vinny's Cavs.
I do. I think the Cavs are better than people think. I just do. I know Boston's really good. And I wouldn't be shocked if Boston beats Cleveland in the second round. I think there's one upset people are not going to see coming, and I think it's going to be Cleveland over Boston. I think Milwaukee's either going to beat Philly or they're going to beat the Nets. And like I said, one of those five is going to be out.
Yeah.
But I got Milwaukee coming out of the East. I think Giannis is the best player in basketball. I don't know if anybody has an answer for him out of the East. I think Giannis takes, down the Cavs in 6.
Yep.
And then I'm thinking out west. I mean, Memphis, they remind me of like those teams that, talk a big game, but they can't knock the door down.
Yeah.
Golden State's been a team, and they've done that.
Yeah.
It's like, I want to pick Ja because I really like Ja a lot. But I don't know if Memphis has the depth and that push, that edge to get through them like Golden State has. And I just feel like Golden State's going to get to the finals, and it pains me. I hate the Warriors. I do. I hate the Warriors. I got Bucks Warriors again.
Damn.
So, but I'm going to take... Actually, no. You're the guess. Nets Pelicans. What you got? You got some explaining to do. You do.
Give me the Nets in 6. Rich.
Nets in 6 over Pelicans.
Nets in 6.
If
Nets win the finals.
If that matchup happens,
Kevin Durant.
if that matchup happens, it should be Nets in 5.
3 rings. Nets in 5, you think?
If that matchup happens, it's Nets in 5. I'm telling you right now. Okay, Bucks Golden State for me. This is Giannis's time. Giannis is going to be the best player of this decade.
Oh.
I know I'm saying it over Luka. Luka reminds me of early LeBron. Very bad Mavs teams. Can't take him far. He's going to have to go make a super team either of his own or go elsewhere. It's just that type of feel to me. I got Giannis winning in 6 over the Warriors, and that's your finals.
Wow.
Giannis's time. It's Giannis's time.
Gets ring number 2?
Yes, and he makes not only the best player in basketball, it's his time. It's the era of Giannis, the 2020s.
I like
Book
that,
it.
Rich.
Bucket.
Damn, I'm stuck with Nets Pelicans. All right.
Oh, man.
What else we got, Rich?
I mean, that's really it. I mean, who you got winning MVP? Let's go there.
MVP?
Yeah, who you got? Because right now people think, because if Jokic wins, it's 3 years in a row. And people that win 3+ MVPs, they get very high in the all-time list.
MVP.
Because guys that have won 3+ MVPs are mostly top 20, top 10 of all time. LeBron, I think Kareem is 3. Jordan's got probably around 2 or 3. Probably more than that. I don't know how many MVPs Magic won. Curry has 2 league MVPs.
Yeah.
So if Jokic wins, do you think the media is going to put him that high on all-time ranks when he hasn't really done much in the postseason? Or does somebody like a Luka or does somebody like a Tatum finally? Because they like to give it to somebody new
I think
just because of voter fatigue.
Right now, I just think it's Jokic and then Tatum, top 2.
Wow, you don't even have Luka in the top 3.
Nah, I don't think the Mavs are good enough.
You got the stats? Pull them up.
He's got crazy stats, but the Mavs, if they're not, they're like 500 right now.
Or leaders,
so.
I mean, yeah. All right.
Luka.
See, Luka averaging 34 points a game.
Wow.
I mean, wait. Embiid's
there too.
See, Embiid's been knocking on the door. I want to pick Embiid so bad. Giannis is averaging 31.
Dude, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's making a case.
Don't do that, bro.
He's making a
Shai, really? You gotta say this. First Seattle making the playoffs preseason.
Rich.
Yeah, that's my uncle out. He got that right. I know.
Rich,
but now you're gonna say Shai.
and Mavs got the same record.
But you really gonna say Shai Gilgeous MVP, bro?
Nah, he's top 10
Okay.
in MVP running.
Okay, but you almost scared me. I thought he was in your top 5.
No.
Okay.
I think my top 10.
No,
Yeah.
I'm not going 10. I'm either going 3, 5.
Okay, 5. No order. Tatum. Jokic. Embiid.
2 big names. I'm not saying
Giannis.
Okay, that's 1.
KD.
You have KD in the MVP talk over Luka.
KD.
Over 34 points per game, Luka.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm like,
Listen. If the Mavs were higher in ranking, Nets got a much better record than the Mavs. Oh, I see. I can see that argument.
He's averaging 34. You don't even have him top 5 MVP candidate. 34.
Maybe. I don't know. He could maybe take the 5th spot if I love Luka. He's a great player, but the Mavs are disappointing this year,
34 points per game. You're passing that up. Really? Oh my God. All right. I'll go with my 5. I got Luka as my number 1. Luka's winning MVP. He's due to win one. He's got to win. He's got to win MVP. Luka's due to win one. And I'm not the only one that believes it. NBA nerd Joey. Shout out to Joey.
KD shooting 51% from the field, Rich.
Bro, they're going to use the injury thing against him. He might be top 5. All right, I'm going Luka.
Okay.
I'm going to give Jokic 2.
Okay.
I'm going to give
Tatum.
Giannis 3. I love Embiid, but I don't know how many more games he's going to miss. And I'm just going to hold that against him. 4, I got Tatum 5. Because Tatum, I know they're the best record. But Tatum's going to get that. They're going to use Boston just as the best team. I got Tatum 5.
Okay.
Embiid 4. I got Giannis 3. I got Jokic 2. I think Luka wins MVP.
Okay. Yeah, I might have been sleeping on. I might be disrespecting Luka.
You are putting KD ahead of him.
Yeah.
Yes, you're putting KD ahead of Luka. The fact you had Shai almost over him is criminal.
Luka's shooting 73% from the free throw line.
So we gonna do? Are we gonna do a skip
Kevin Durant,
Oh.
94%.
Are you gonna pull a Skip Bayless argument with LeBron, Jordan, and all that? Really?
He doesn't leave points on the table.
Come on, man. Come on, man. Next time I get you on, if you want to do all-time debates, I don't mind.
We'll get back on here at the end of the season, and we'll see how these takes went.
Okay. All right. I mean, we got maybe
Nets, Pelicans.
Maybe we'll bring NBA. I'm gonna let NBA nerd and you come on because NBA nerd is definitely gonna like it. Maybe we'll pick our NBA playoff brackets. Us 3.
Yeah.
Rebal, my man. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you, Rich.
It was awesome, bud.
That was fun.
That was awesome, man. All right, guys. I will see you guys Friday for Guaranteed. Make sure to hit that like button. Make sure to hit that notification bell. Hit that subscribe button so that way you guys can get all the latest updates regarding the NFL season. And we have Guaranteed coming Friday for Championship Sunday.
Nets Sixers tonight.
Oh yes,
Big game.
Yes, big game. NBA bets, of course. If you follow that too, but guys, I will see you guys Friday, and we will see you guys next week on the next episode of Lounge Time. Have a good night, everybody.